mention the word crisis. Within the political terrain, and one-party state readily comes to mind. It used to be Nigeria's ruling party, even touted as the biggest in sub-Saharan Africa. Then the PDP became the nation's main opposition party. But right now, it is no longer at ease within the People's Democratic Party, and things have really fallen apart. In this no-holds-barred interview, I had an exclusive chat with PDP chieftain, former governor of Ekiti State and seasoned politician Fayose. He bared his mind on the PDP crisis, the tussle between Nyesom Wike and Sim Fubara in Rivers State, and why Peter Obi is the man to watch in the build-up to the 2027 presidential election, amongst other issues. So sit back and watch our exclusive chat with Chief Fayose here on The Morning Show. Oh, good to see you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us on our Rice News. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us on our Rice News. Chief Fayose, the Akpesin of Ekiti, the Oshokomole of Nigerian politics.
Thank you very much.
Well, Your Excellency, many developments in the country. One of it is the latest development in Rivers State with the threat that Governor Sim Fubara will be impeached. This is the third time that is receiving that threat.
No, that's the second time.
Oh, well, the papers reported third time that, attempts have been made repeatedly to impeach him. And now he has survived so far. We don't know what will happen this time around. But you've been quoted in the media saying that he will need fasting and prayers to be able to survive. This is not a spiritual thing. This is just a political conflict between specifically a godfather and a godson, between the executive and the legislature. What has prayers and fasting got to do with the destiny, political destiny of Governor Fubara?
Well, I'm not from Rivers, but there's no hiding that Governor Wike is my friend, and there's no hiding that I know Governor Fubara. I relate with him in the early part of his administration before the emergency rule. And again, it is public knowledge that I was a former governor for about 8 years, and I was equally impeached, rightly or wrongly, until the Supreme Court vacated the impeachment.
You were impeached 2006, you were reinstated 2014.
2014, exactly. So, but more to it was the pronouncement of the Supreme Court that the process was, but the whole thing didn't follow the due process. And that cleared me of that impeachment. But I was impeached, I was removed, and I went to exile. But to the glory of God, I came back, like you said, in 2014. Now, let me take you back to when Governor Fubara became governor. They had a dinner for him. I was at his swearing-in ceremony. Then we went for Governor Wike's dinner or lunch to say goodbye, Wike, as governor. And we went for Governor Fubara's dinner to say welcome, Mr. Governor. You recall there that I came out. I had a short speech. But before that short speech, I told Governor Wike it is important to reinforce certain things to the hearings of Governor Fubara, going by the trend of ingratitude, betrayal of trust, people forgetting so soon. Oh, he said no, Governor Wike said, oh no, Fubara cannot do that. Don't worry yourself, don't say nothing. I said, but I can still wish the people well. I can wish him well. I said, okay, I'll give you only 5 minutes. They will give you 5 minutes. So I came and I said there, Your Excellency, Governor Fubara, you are here by the grace of your brother, the former governor, and today you are Governor of Rivers State. And I was able to remind him that it's better for you to seal all your windows, because patronizers will soon come. People who lead people astray will soon come. Seal your door. Don't wait for people to come and say things to your ears that will destroy your relationship in the first 4 years and ultimately for 8 years. But if you open these doors, you will begin to see spirits. And don't follow a trend and fight with Wike, because if you do so, by Wike's antecedent, these problems will continue indefinitely. So I admonished him, because it is quick to forget what life is all about. Governor, the office of a governor, I was a different person at the first tenure. I was a different person at the second tenure. The youthful exuberance, forgetting yourself, can put you into so many issues. People who are not part of the training of a lady will come and influence the life of a lady and destroy it, like I said on some platforms. So let me tell you, that was prophetic, because that happened not too long after. And it became an issue between Governor Wike and Governor Fubara that led to his removal. That is spiritual. It doesn't have to be said it's spiritual, but it's an advance warning. So also, my telling him that there's a window, there's ample opportunity for you to close this and solve this problem. The price for peace is cheaper than the consequences of war. If you don't do it, it will only be left in the hands of God, because you can't take away the powers of the House of Assembly. During my first tenure, I inherited the House of Assembly of the APC in Ekiti, because our election is the off-season election. It was a tough experience. They would have taken me out the second time. I had to use wisdom, carrot and stick. I had to manage everybody for me to survive. Okay. So that's what I meant by that.
Okay, it's good that you acknowledge that you are the friend of Governor.
Very true.
Governor, now Minister Wike.
Yes.
Which is more or less saying, well, you know, you are on Wike's side in this conflict. Because...
No, I'm not on Wike's side on this conflict. Let me take exception to that. I'm an insider, so to speak. I'm an insider. I was in Dubai for a surgery about a year and a half or two, about 2 years ago, when this incident happened and the assembly was brought down. The first person I called was Governor Fubara. I was on my sickbed. I said, Your Excellency, what's going on here? Because, my brother, when you know the early lives of a young woman, you know how to appreciate the woman when she gets older. Let me tell you, I asked Governor Fubara. I said, I heard you saying, it's my Oga that is causing the problem. I said, which Oga? Which Oga within what time to what time? You are barely in office for 6 months. Can't you tolerate this, your Oga? Which goes back to the warning I gave. The admonition, so don't let me say warning. So what I'm saying to you is I'm not on the side of anybody. Yes, I've said that I'm Wike's friend. Here, if you ask me anything, Wike is wrong, I will say it to him privately. And when you ask touching questions, I will have to say it publicly.
Okay, is Wike wrong? Because the bone of contention is Governor Wike saying that, look, even to Ajibola Basiru, the National Secretary of the APC, that Rivers State is a no-go area. Anybody that comes to Rivers will get his hands burnt, and that he is the Lord and Master of Rivers State, and that the Rainbow Coalition will put everybody in all positions, and that Fubara will be removed, whether he likes it or not. The witch cried last night. The baby died this morning. Yes. So you have Minister Wike, FCT minister, instead of concentrating on that, he's going from door to door, clan to clan, bedroom to bedroom, saying that I'm in charge here. And he's campaigning for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
May I say this to you and to Nigerians? There's always a beginning. You brought up, like an example I have given, you brought up your child. In God's fair, you trained him, gone to school, had the best of all, and somebody says, I want to marry this girl. Others are saying, she's this beautiful girl. She's that. The credit goes to you. If you have left that girl rotting, ordinary carpenters and people who have no capacity will be chasing her.
So a man who wants to marry must have capacity.
You must have capacity at different levels of life. Life is by level by level. God has graduated this life like a pyramid. You have some, Ashwaju is up there, the governors, the ministers, everybody is at a level. You can't tell me, majority of times, you can't tell me a man who is down the ladder wants to marry a queen somewhere. They will tell you don't have the capacity. So let's go back to the issues. Everybody must have helped everybody in life. But God in himself, God says, I hate ingratitude. I will only fight with what I have left. You can't sack Wike from Rivers politics. You can't sack me from Ekiti politics. I'm not supposed to say what I want to say to you now, and I will say it to you. It's about Ekiti politics. I was in this house 3 years ago. The current governor of Ekiti is of the APC extraction. I am of the PDP. He came to this house. He said, leader, he had called me that I would want to visit with you. And I said, you are welcome, Your Excellency. He came here and sat on the chair and said, Your Excellency, I want to beg of you. I want you to come to my support and my aid. I want you to stand by me in this government. I didn't go to him. He's the governor. He deserves all honor. I didn't go to him with all due respect. And he said to me, I go around the state. Everywhere I go, they will say, bow, 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 which is his pet name. And when 2, 3 people say bow, 7 will say, oh, Shoko, 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 which is my own pet name. Which to him, I still have hands and legs everywhere in the state. Yes, I'm no more the governor, but that is a line of wisdom. That's a part of wisdom. I was taken off my feet. And I said to him, whoever has taught you this, has taught you the right thing. And if it's the leading of God, you are well led. I will give my support to you. That's why you see, when the governor was having issues in APC, I stood my ground. I went to Ashwaju. I told Ashwaju, this is the man that can win the election. The governor is doing well. My own position is always clear. Fubara, my governor, all of them got their strength from other people. Then let me go back to my governor too. Like I said, there are a lot brewing between Godfather, godson in most states. But it is wisdom that makes the sitting governor remember that I am the governor, I'm the father of the state. Look at Kogi. Why are we not having issues in Kogi? Why is Governor Kogi being very humble? Whatever you say about Yaya Bello, he doesn't want to hear it. Whatever anybody comes to say to him about Yaya, he remembered the day Yaya Bello gave him that platform. And I told my governor, whatever Governor Fayose must have done to you, or whatever way you feel, don't worry about that. Remember the day he gave you that platform. Don't say ill of him. Cooperate with him. And he thanked me for such advice. Okay. If it were other people, they take advantage of the situation.
Chief, what I'm hearing is that you are saying Godfatherism in Nigerian politics is not something we can ever discount.
No, you can't.
However, in Rivers State, Governor Sim Fubara has the support of the people. The elders, the young people, they are saying that Minister Wike should allow him to function. After all, he enjoyed his own 2 terms in office. Now he's in Abuja. He should concentrate on his work in Abuja. Now this controversy over who is 001 in Rivers State. The party, the chairman of the APC, Nentawe, and also Senator Ajibola Bashiru have both said it is Fubara who is the leader of the party. And then Governor Wike, Minister Wike says, no, he cannot be the leader of the party. That Wike is the leader. Who is the leader?
Let me say to you, there's what we call a nomenclature. When I was governor, when I'm coming, the traditional rulers, the leaders of thought, people that matter in the state, they get up, Fayose is coming, the governor is coming. They rise up and say the governor is here. And nothing is called to order except the governor is seated. Yes. That is the office. There's a difference between the office and 001. What brought about the 001? Who gave you the platform to be calling yourself 001? Who gave me the platform if it's not my dad from day one? It is a sad narrative for Governor Fubara to be struggling. It will be a sad story for my governor to be fighting fire me all the streets. No. Rather, he should manage the situation. You see, Ekiti people said, those who give you life are the fathers of those who give you money. Those who give you life, the person that prevents you from dying, is the father of the person that gave you wealth. Because if you have no life in the first instance, wealth will not come. Nobody will recognize. Who is Governor Fubara? I respect him as my governor. I said, I respect him as a governor. Sir, a governor goes before people and prostrate. I go to a Wish Palace, I prostrate. I go to a certain place, I prostrate. What does he take away from me? Even if Wike is saying he's the leader, it's not to the mouth of Governor Fubara to be contesting that. We all know the truth. You don't know Fubara 3 years ago. You never heard of a Fubara 3 years ago. Please, like I said, I was supporting Austin Okpara. I was Austin Okpara's person. And I was just by Governor Wike to mold his opinion to support Austin Okpara. Towards the time of the election, in the car, when I was asking a pertinent question, who is the candidate? Who will be the candidate? Governor Wike told me, Fayose, I know where you belong. I know where you belong, and I'm not going that way. I'm going to Fubara. I never knew Fubara. I don't know who he is. Let us call a spade a spade. The moment Adam, in the Garden of Eden, realizes that he was naked, he became permanently naked till today. God made Adam in nakedness. We were given birth to in nakedness. The moment we begin to realize we're important, I am the governor. Who is the governor? A governor is a creation of some people. It is a creation and influence on some people, which is a major influence at the coming of Fubara.
Well, where does this leave the people of River State? The people who voted. This is a democracy.
Excuse me, sir. You said they should wait for another part of time to vote. Americans has conceded their powers to Trump. Trump is using the powers today. You understand? For them to say a word about Trump, they should go back to an election. And may I say to you, the same people of River State voted for that House of Assembly. They have transmitted their powers to that House of Assembly. And let me round that up for you to get it very clear. The people of River State, as wonderful as they be and want to make a choice, I'm not here to come and tell you the people of River State are with Fubara or with Wike, but I will not tell you they're with Fubara. I won't tell you that. You understand, my brother? Wike has been going around, drawing crowd. Fubara has the resources of his state. Let him go around too. My brother, whatever people who have power of creation can have power of taking out. And to the House of Assembly, they have the mandate. No matter the narrative, take my words, the House of Assembly removed me in Ekiti. Whatsoever hand is behind it, that time it was Obasanjo's hand, it was a lot of elite's hand, but they accomplished it. I was removed, I became history, I went to exile. If not for God, I wouldn't have been...
Okay, the papers are reporting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has intervened. Now, he did the last time, before the state of emergency. He intervened again after to ensure peace. Now he's having to call them again, Wike and Fubara, playing the role of the headmaster. Do you think that will make any difference and Fubara will survive this time around?
Let me tell you again. I want to advise Governor Fubara again. Please, Governor Fubara, I'm begging you, go and make amends and be at peace.
He has prostrated more than once.
Just wait a second.
To the same Minister Wike. How many times will he prostrate?
Your wife can equally tell you, sir. After all, I've said sorry to you. Is that an apology? My wife can tell me, I've said sorry to you now. How many times will I say sorry to you? Sir, there is a remorse, and there is what we call in Yoruba. I'm saying it just for me to have peace, not because I want to show remorse. Listen, my brother, those people leading on Governor Fubara, if Governor Fubara goes down today, they will run away. People that were saying I should fight back those days, they were not there when I was isolated and when I was alone. That's all I will say to you. The current situation, the president himself, that I know, hates ingratitude. The president that I know controls Lagos from the palms of his hands. The governor that I know, for instance, the speaker, was removed, impeached. Another setting, somebody else took over in Lagos State. The president, without saying a word, caused the system to restore that speaker because it's an affront to the president who is the leader here. You will tell me Sanwo-Olu is the leader of Lagos. Let him announce it. Let us hear him. Let Governor Sanwo-Olu come out and say, I'm the leader in Lagos. You see, there are certain things that are said to cause aesthetics. Don't let it get into your head. And let me close by saying this. The emergency rule was all winning for Governor Fubara. By now, Governor Fubara will have been history. Because the moment you are impeached, you are out of the way. You can't contest. If you read the context of President Tinubu, he took the Governor Fubara to the cleaners. Excuse me, sir. It is time for Governor Fubara to learn. Learn the way I learned my lesson after my first tenure.
Okay, Chief Fayose.
And you see, let me explain to you. If the president calls them, will the president remove the office of the lawmakers? Would he say the lawmakers cannot do their assignments? Save your soul. You can't treat. How would you be running a government without sending names of appropriate people for clearance with the House of Assembly? How would you be spending public funds, even if it's for photo trick? You're supposed to follow this process. These are masters of constitution. The constitution that gave the Rivers people power has given House of Assembly.
Yeah, but the same constitution, section 188 of 11, says that the House of Assembly, if they don't like the governor, they can just define anything as gross misconduct.
Who said that?
Whether it is true or not.
Constitution is binding on you and binding on me. I'm binding on Rivers people. That is the more reason why Governor Fubara, I'm saying it again, climbed down from his high horse. Look for his brother, his leader, the man who was thoughtful enough to say, among all you brides, I will marry you. Come to the office of the governor.
Okay, Chief Fayose. Now, you said you are supporting Governor Yebamji of Ekiti State. He belongs to the APC.
Correct.
You say you are also supporting President Tinubu.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not aware that you've declared for the APC.
No, I'm not.
No, have you declared for ADC?
I will never be.
Okay, so which party do you belong to? Are you not guilty of anti-party conduct?
In the first instance, where is the PDP?
No, they expelled you. They have expelled you from the party.
Listen, you don't joke with. You can't expel Fayose, Wike, and all that. We equally expel them. The actions and inactions clearly states to you that the party is in trouble. You see, in the PDP,
that is their faction. Or their group that is recognized.
By who, sir?
They said your group, the Wike group, that you people are on your own.
INEC, as of today, has told the two sides, they did not take the candidate from Ekiti. They wouldn't have taken the candidate from Osun. That is to tell you that INEC does not recognize the PDP anyway. In Ekiti now, no candidate when they published the list. In Osun, the governor smell rat, ran to accord, which is okay for him. And let me equally tell you very quickly. Majority of the people that are calling me, calling Wike, calling them, they did this, they went to support Achua, are they not all inside the APC now? Let's call it spade a spade. Majority, even the vice presidential candidate, even Atiku himself, all of them has abandoned the PDP. You understand? You can't build house on a faulty ground. You can't build house on the swamp. The party is already a swamp. Those people that are making noise and running around, how many, let them call governors meeting. They're doing things that looks like shame. I don't want to mention names, but they know that, and I want to tell you again to this public, I want to say it to you, that Governor Makinde, Governor Bala will go to ADC.
No, the same Governor Makinde, I was a moderator of, the media chat with him. He said categorically that on the basis of his own personal principles, he will not go to the PDP. And I think it was after media chat that he will not go to the APC. It was after...
Go to APC.
Where will he go?
He will go to ADC. Because this PDP...
No, but he said categorically that he will remain in PDP.
Excuse me.
Because some people, on the basis of principle, should stand firm.
That's a gentleman's talk. I agree with you. But I'll just ask you a question. Where is PDP now? The only body that is recognized...
Biru Turaki SAN and the new NWC.
No, there's no
they all say they are going to rebuild that party.
Excuse me.
In spite of
I just said it.
The objections of those who left.
No.
Or who
we are politicians. We must be talking tough. We must be talking in manners that will show that we have substance. That is what Kabiru is saying. Kabiru is my friend, he's a gentleman, I don't have issues with him. You see, when a cloth is turned two ways, it's no use to the two sides. Let me tell you the truth. Why did INEC not? Maybe Kabiru SAN led the one you said recognized in quote. When they submitted the name to INEC, why did INEC not publish the name? The PDP is
not... No, INEC says there are matters in court that would need to be resolved.
Excuse me. If this matter in court, for instance, is not resolved and there's an election, what will happen, sir? People who did not participate in election will go to court, to go and take a mandate they did not participate in. Let's call a spade a spade. PDP is a cloth, new or old, turned into two halves, of no use to the two factions. We say God is coming. God will catch you. God is coming. The coming of God might not be 10 years old. The coming of recognition of a faction in PDP might not be another 1 year old. God is coming. It's better for you to guide your life. And why did the governor should not wait for God is coming in PDP to?
Isn't something untidy about you saying you are still in PDP and then you are supporting the APC? Just the same thing that Minister Wike is doing. There's something untidy about it.
The coming in of Buhari became a very popular candidate that elders of this country took position on. Whatever he did in government is another story. It was a decision. Everybody accepted it at his coming. Both PDP, anybody, they fell in and supported him. Secondly, I have not shied away from supporting the president even when I was in office. I visited him, and when I go there, it's public. I don't go by corner. When he had a knee surgery, I was there. You understand? So what I'm trying to tell you, don't forget, I'm a party man. But, above it all, I am a statesman. Decisions are made. In the advanced democracy in America, majority of the people don't agree with Trump's policies. The leaders come out and say, no, we disagree with your policy. They vote in parliament against the president. That is for you to know that they are statesmen beyond party politics. America first, Nigeria first, Ekiti first. I'm first from Ekiti before I could join politics.
Okay, what is your problem then with Seyi Makinde, governor for your state? I mean, you just said that I should write it down. He's going to go to the ADC. He has not said anything.
I never said, most things that I say in this country, they don't even happen at the point I'm saying them. By the grace of God, to the glory of God, God has given me the grace. Whatever thing God opened my mouth and feel it and I say, they happen like that.
But you said Makinde, Governor Makinde, collected $50 billion or so. $50 billion.
50 billion naira.
Naira, okay. But he said they gave him 30 million. And then the federal government gave him 30 million.
30 billion.
And
30 billion.
Is it 30 billion? Okay, 30 billion. And held on to the remaining 20 billion. And that the money was warehoused, waiting for the 20 billion to be released. And he has provided evidence that you lied against him.
Sir, let us please get things straight. I never lied against Governor Makinde. In fact, they denied the first day. If I knew this question would come, I'll bring you the comments of the Oyo State government to say that they did not collect money from the federal government. They did not collect money from the federal government. It was when I provided an evidence, you understand, was when they now came out and said, it's not 50, it is 30. And let me go a little further, sir. Have you seen somebody collecting money for 1.5 years and warehousing the money? It was a cheap blackmail on their part to tell people that Asiwaju did not give me the 20 billion. In the first place, that is within his prerogative, it's not his allocation. It is within the prerogative of a president. You see, this matter came up because Governor Makinde came to public TV and said, I demanded for a ministerial slot. I brought name to Asiwaju, the president, and he did not give me. He gave it to the current minister of power. And he's not going to be part of his second term. May I say to you, at that point, I came out. I said, your story is half said. You ought to equally say that, yes, the president did not give me the slot, but he helped my state with 50 billion, with 30 billion, depending on the one you are laying claim to. Sir, you can't tell lies about a president who has... Trump tells you that I will only service the state I want to service. He has said it over time. If you give me problem, I will not come to your state. The president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, was magnanimous to support you out of intervention fund. You must be gracious and grateful for that as well. Then let me tell you, how can you warehouse money, 30 billion? The interest rate itself will have gone to about 4 billion. Say all the truth. They said they are going to publish the account where they warehoused it. Let them publish it. So I'm not going to come here and say things that are not. I'm an experienced former governor that has gone through the times. Governor Makinde was a guy that I love so much. I was the one that went to Ogbomoso.
You don't love him anymore?
No.
You are speaking in the past.
Yes, I'm talking.
You said was.
Where, sir? It was a guy.
You don't love him anymore?
No, I don't. That's the truth. I don't. You don't disrespect leaders. It doesn't matter who you are. We have had our times and we have left office. You will leave office in another 1 year. It's no big deal. I was the one who brought you the red pen in Ogbomoso. I was the one who brought you the flag. And let me go a little further. It was Ladoja that was interested in the ticket. But we worked, because I was equally the only sitting Southwest governor like he is now at the time. I had a lot of influence. If I'd wanted to work against him, I would have, but I worked for him. Majority of the people that worked for him, he has discarded them. Well, that's his own. I'm not from Oyo State. But because of your question, let me equally say this to you. I saw a flyer who was saying that Governor Makinde wants to be president of Nigeria. And he came to my house here, and I said, Your Excellency, I saw a flyer going around. Are you contesting or what's going on? You know what he said to me? He said, oh, I should not mind those boys. They only want money. They are only doing that, not to his knowledge, and that he will not be used as a Yoruba man to contest against the president, Asiwaju. I say this in the honor and in the fear of God. That was what he told me. So when Sheikh Okibaloye brought talks about a Southerner and mentioning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, mentioning Obi and mentioning Makinde, I said, don't run Makinde on the ground. Don't bring him to this. He has told me he's not contesting. I did that to honor him, to say that Makinde is the man of his words. For him to now come on public television and saying all that, it's very, very It's not right.
Okay, Chief Fayose, let me ask you, the fear, across Nigeria is this fear of a one-party state, that the APC has now become so dominant, and it looks like the election has been won and lost already, although some people say, look, it's the people that will decide, and it doesn't matter how many governors have joined President Tinubu. But here you are not even in the APC, you are supporting the president, adding to the number of persons who are saying it must be Tinubu or no other person.
Now, let me say certain fundamental things. But before I say that, I've said that I've always supported the president, even when I was a sitting governor. And I was part of the G5 that supported him. And I recall very well, I was one of the people, particularly myself, who told Governor Wike, staying with this Atiku, who is not a promise keeper. They will come back for you if they won, if they had won the election. So it's better for us to go to Asiwaju. I, by the grace of God, went to wait for them in Port Harcourt when Ekiti, late Ekiti, governor of Ondo then, Fayemi, governor of Lagos, and about 2 other people came to Rivers to consummate a relationship with Governor Wike before they started going to London and all that to resolve the matter. Now, the first question is this. There is no time we will admit that it was our fault that caused the exodus. We must be very honest. When you are weak, tendencies are there for you to fall to the right of the stronger side. The challenges in the PDP, it's not the fault of Asiwaju, the president. No. The failure in my home, God forbid, is not the fault of my neighbor. The issues are very clear. The PDP caused themselves an insurrection. This is a house that divided against itself. And the nature of man is survival of the fittest. Everybody will now begin to scramble, struggle for survival, trying to take refuge somewhere else. How many times, out of about 8 governors that defected, how many times have you seen a trace of oppression, suppression? Like we are saying, the money given to Governor Makinde, Governor Makinde is a PDP state. It's not a APC state. So in what way were they suppressed? No. They had problems from home. They had issues with their own party. And as governors, they want to survive at all costs. They took that part. It is not the problem. But let me help you to round it up. There are 2 dominant parties at a given time. Are we saying ADC is not dominant? Recently, Obi moved there. And I've said it, Obi is the only life in ADC.
There are other people there. Atiku is there.
Excuse me.
Amechi is there.
I never said they are not human beings there. I'm saying they are largely spent forces. Obi is, let Obi don't go to ADC. Let Obi go to another party. Let's say Obi is in Accord. Accord will become.
Why is that?
Excuse me, I'm saying it to be. Obi is the only traction. Obi is the only meaning. Obi is the only factor. Obi is the only person in ADC that matters. And if Obi had not gone to ADC and has gone, when Obi went to Labour that would never known became won elections to House of Rep, I'm not saying Obi will win this election. I'm not saying Obi will not win this election. But I'm telling you, even if they don't field Obi, if ADC fails to feed Obi, their case will be worse than they are coming together.
Okay, as we begin to wrap up, very quickly, 2 issues. In Ekiti State, where you support the APC and Governor Ivan.
When I supported the governor, I'm not a member of the APC.
Okay, so you support the governor. Now, ahead of the next election in Ekiti, some people are now saying they want a Muslim governor. That Christians are the ones who have been leading Ekiti State. Despite the fact that you identified and others who followed you identified with the Muslim community.
They are daydreamers.
The Muslims in Ekiti are
daydreamers. Those people that are saying it, They are daydreamers. Ekiti doesn't operate that way. Ekiti is not a state where you have Muslim dichotomy, Christian no. Ekiti is a state when they want you, they want you. They don't want you, they don't want you. You can't force a Muslim to come if the Muslim doesn't come to the stage. You can't be dancing for somebody who is not on the stage. Above all, that governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, has performed. I am the record holder. I won in all the 16 local government. I defeated Governor Fayose in all the 16 local government in 2014. I won in 158 out of 177 wards. This time Oyebanji will beat that record. He will win in 177 out of 177 wards and in all the 16 local government. Because all the leaders has come together, even Governor Oni.
Okay, finally, Chief Fayose, let's go back to where we started from, Rivers. I said we hear, the media, the papers have reported that Governor Fubara has gone to France to meet the president, and that Minister Wike is also in France to have a meeting with the president. What do you think we should expect next in Rivers State?
I'm not aware Governor Wike has gone to Paris. No, that's not true. I still spoke with him last night. Minister Wike is in Rivers, is in Port Harcourt. But if Governor Fubara has gone to meet the president, then it shows he needs help. You know, when you don't praise God, when you refuse to humble yourself, look for peace, you just be running a scatter. That was what I was saying to you. What he's looking for is inside his pocket. But let me say this to Nigerians. They assure you that I know, the president of Nigeria that will not get rid of a Wike for a Fubara. You can
very sure about
100%. A gift.
You don't think Wike can become relevant?
Excuse me.
Eventually?
At this stage of his life, even when he doesn't become, when he is no more minister of FCT, Wike is a man that has done well for himself in political space. You will always need Wike. Let me tell you the truth. Today, you can't take, Wike came from Rivers to give support to President Tinubu. Wike is in Abuja performing. We never had it so good in Abuja. Even a blind man can't deny that. So, and when Wike speaks, he says the New Hope agenda of Mr. President. A lot of people in Abuja, not government in power, don't often win in Abuja. The local government elections in Rivers, APC won them, courtesy of Wike. The local government election coming in Abuja, APC will still win it. What else would the government, Tinubu, want from Wike?
Okay, on that note, we'd like to thank you very much, Chief Fayose, for joining us and granting us this opportunity to have a conversation with you at Arise News. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Okay, the conversation with the former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose there. Well, what do you think, guys? Let me start with you.
Brilliant interview. Brilliant.
Honestly,
and very
so
good
enjoyable.
One. Very enjoyable.
A lot
and
of
also,
tongue in cheek.
kudos to, Oshokumole Fayose. I mean, it's an interviewer's delight anytime. So it's a very brilliant interview. But some things I'll just try to call him out on. You see, the problem I always have with our politicians is their hypocrisy. Now, you are trying to endorse Godfatherism and you are saying that, Fubara should kowtow to Wike, sort of. You were even talking about the Lagos case of, I think, Obasa, and how President Tinubu stood still, and Obasa came back. But the question we should ask is the same case. Wike going ahead to push for that impeachment through the National Assembly or the citizen that is loyal to him was an affront to President Tinubu. Because you knew that once Fubara had gone to the APC, then definitely President Tinubu was obviously shielding him. And you went ahead and you make that move. So if you are trying to extrapolate also with Lagos, you're not balancing out the argument. And for him saying all the things he's saying about Wike, somebody is your source, somebody is your God, didn't people help Wike? Without Mrs. Jonathan, is Wike going to be anybody today? He's talking about how did Wike treat those that helped him? How did he treat the Jonathans? Even him that is talking that he has a great footing, all of a sudden he doesn't love Seyi Makinde again because the initial fight was because, you know, there was a time we were fighting about who is going to be the leader of the Southwest in the PDP. And Seyi Makinde is a sitting governor. Even that, when you now extrapolate, even Oshokumole is saying he has so much powers in Ekiti State that they still mention his name. Why couldn't he beat Babafemi Ojodu? That got 67,000 votes, and he got, I think, close to 30,000 votes in the Senate elections. The 2 times he got in, it was because of 2003 was the help of Obasanjo. The 2014, you remember that episode because, you know, ACN and APC had started their onslaught then. And President Goodluck Jonathan too also wanted to show that the PDP was still an authority. And that's why when he vied for the election, there was a lot of state might and state support. I mean, you remember the famous case of a lifting of 1.2 billion to support him and all of that. So if not for Jonathan, will he have gotten re-elected in 2014? So all of this, these are the hypocrisy of the politician. They say it so easily. People too helped Wike. People helped him in the past. His so-called powers they claim he has in Ekiti is because he got a lot of federal might leading up those 2 elections that he won. You remember the Obasanjo route of the Southwest in 2003 and the 2014 episode. But when he went to the Labour Party to test his power in 2011, he lost Babafemi Ojodu. So I just wanted to call out those, you know, hypocrisies of our political class sometimes.
Yes, several things. I think one of the major takeaways for me is the fact that unfortunately, PDP seems to be deeply entrenched in this conundrum where nobody really wants to run with the PDP, but nobody wants to let go of it. Because he was very clear, you know, he said, well, I can't be expelled from the PDP. I'm still a member, but let alone, of course, he's still reinstating and reinforcing his support for those who are not members of the party in various places. And for me, it reinforced what we were discussing this morning pertaining to comments from Senator Tambuwal, just about the Machiavellian way that politics is played. Is it really about the people or what the people's will? Or have these elites and this political class found a way to corner the outcome of all events? That bold endorsement for Godfatherism and even reinforcing the fact that Godfatherism, this is what we know and this is how it works, and the order of Godfatherism should be respected. Yahaya Bello, he doesn't have a problem in Kogi State. He gave a number of examples, saying, in essence, so he's saying that we in Nigeria, we don't have a process of electing leaders. It's a selection, and when you've been selected, then you are indebted not to the electorate, but to your godfather and his whims and wishes is the takeaway from that. So I think it's a deep concern, because how do we move away from this type of discourse where, in essence, a nation of over 200 million is being determined by just a handful of people who have, the monopoly on power and the monopoly on the politics of the day. But great to get into the mindset of the former governor, Fayose, and very clear.
Somebody sent something. They said, one quote from Fayose from a lovely interview, Dr. Ba, said, "You don't disrespect leaders no matter who you are." Is this not the same Fayose that disrespected Chief Olusegun Obasanjo recently?
But it's Machiavellian. The ends justifies the means.